Hey everybody, what is happening? Dela. I am back with another one of my Madden 15 Ultimate Team Season in Reviews. Today the player in focus is going to be the 99 overall Russell Wilson quarterback. I got to throw the disclaimer out there right away, guys. I am a pocket passing quarterback. I'm not a rollout guy. I do reviews. This is typically not a guy I would do a review on, though, just because he's not my style. As you can see, I'm going to compare him here to the Aaron Rodgers. Look at their stats. As a pocket guy, the reason I came across these, Aaron Rodgers was given to me by my brother when he quit the game, and Russell Wilson I won in a giveaway on Mudhead.com from Andy Mutt Noob. Many thanks out to him for that. It was great to receive this card to get a chance to look at it. Again, I'm not going to roll out. I'm not going to change my style up at this point. So unfortunately, if that's what you're looking for, you're not really going to get that in this game. But if you want to see how he performs, how his accuracy, how he really works out of the pocket, and then implement that into what you're looking for, maybe that'll work out for you then. But as you see here, we've got the 99 Larry Fitz. I'm rolling him at number 2. Kevin White's my 1 in there just because of the routes I prefer on there. Steve Smith, GOAT at the slot, and I still got to roll 94 Charles because I make him work, and they haven't given me a better version of him yet. So all right, so with that said, let's get into this. All right, we'll jump into this one here, guys. I already got the 7-0 lead. If you watched the last videos, I plugged in Russell there at the end of my playoff run, so we got the perfect season Super Bowl win at him already. So he did perform in that situation, did come up clutch when needed. So we'll see what I pretty much can get out of him here with about a season. So a little bit, you're gonna obviously more. Review on the accuracy and what he's going to be able to do. We come out here, hit a nice pass there. We got Jimmy, and we break the big one. So we're going to take this one down, see if we can get to the sticks or not there. And we do. We hit the pylon, excellent, and the game freezes on me. So much for the the win streak. That's how I lost the win streak there. Unfortunately, I get that once in a while. I get that freeze. It happens to me more than the disconnect stuff. And start the game there with the offside. I don't even know why it's in the game. Why your nose tackle just sometimes decides just to maul the center. And okay, he hits me with this one, which was pretty good. He's got the double routes. Right when he hit that play, I told myself, remember that one when it comes around. Don't remember that route because I will bite on the inside. But when some guys throw certain plays on you, you know what's coming back. So. Just something to be made there. Coming up, and we do have Night Train on the outside. I told you guys I was going to be picking him up. I haven't actually picked him up yet, but I was able to get that card loaned to me there. So I'll run him for a few games in and then see how it goes, from there. And nice up there. You're getting a little bit of hit sticks, but Charles free safety. While he's good at that, he will. He's got low hit stick ability, and I thought I was having to pick there. I guess I was a little too shallow. He didn't get quite the Superman jump up there for the pick. I did read it. First play we get. And like I say, I make Jamal work, guys. I know we're trying to get Russell in there, but ever so often he's going to have to wait because Jamal just does that for me. Geez, I must have hit that a handful of times here this season doing that sort of stuff. So. What is this? Farkle join you to play Happy Wars. I don't even really know you. And what is Happy Wars? All right, that's how you get blocked, buddy. I'll tell you that. So here we go. And this is the route. I do recognize it from earlier. And there we go. That's the animation I thought I was going to get off of Charles in the end zone. But that's okay. We'll take it now. We get Jack Ham doing it. So that'll work. Nice little user over the middle. But again, that's more on play rec. I knew once I see that play developing, I knew he was going to that route because he beat me on it earlier. Look at that. Kind of rolling out a little bit to the right. I mean, not a big rollout, but I'm moving to the right. He throws back to his left, so pretty accurate on that. So imagine when you do the heavier rollouts and all that stuff, he's going to be really good with the throw on the run. Unfortunately, it's not something that I can really test out enough for you because I just don't do it. It's not my style. I don't play that way. I don't mind. Once in a while, I don't mind people doing that, but it's not going to be my offense. I try to actually play the game. I try to read the defense. I try to run routes to break it down. And play good defense if I can. Mr. Jack coming up with the big sack there, 3rd and 15, and my man Reggie White, who I replaced the J.J. Watt 93 with a couple, last couple videos ago. He's coming up big, and man takes a quit off of that one. So sometimes it's all it takes with these guys in here, and I get it. What I do is kind of a rarity in there because you look, everybody I face is mainly going to be these RG3s, Mariotas, and all that. So mainly their thing is going to be rolling out, running for your life, and all that. That's what it is. So you get a little bit of heat on those guys, and you got to throw them off their game and get the timing off on that. But some, the really good guys, obviously, that's going to be the challenge. So You know, unfortunately, in this one here, we come in. We hit a little bit of swing stuff. You know, if you're new to this, I do run a lot of the swing routes out to the left and right with the running backs. Try to open up that game, get them with more yardage. You know, try to get the spin moves in. You know, that's how I'll make that work. But we will get to some of the deeper stuff here. But you know, as far as what I've seen before in the other videos, his action is pretty good. The thing, I think he throws a little bit lower of a ball. You know, perhaps the other guys, you know, maybe it's his height, and there we go with another big sack coming off there. So you know, my man James is always good. You know, Reggie in there. And that should have been a user. I mean, I got my hands up on that. It's rare you drop a user like that, but you know, I guess you can't catch them all. Just kind of how that is, but my man, free safety Charles Woodson, he catches almost all of them. Not everyone. He gets a good percentage. So I mean, if you have to run a 3 out there, my man, he's good for that. And nice seam work. This is one of the things I do like to throw when I get going into the games. Is those seams? They can be dangerous throws because you really got to watch the guys cutting them off. And nice pass there. I normally run an outside lead when I run that one. I throw that one in just to test that, and it's kind of coming back when he's running to the right, and he nails that. So the accuracy again is pretty dang good with him. Like I was saying before, he keeps his balls a little lower than the guys that are like 6'2", 6'3" quarterbacks that I've been using, and could be a throwing motion on his height. I'm not exactly sure why it plays that way. We got the blitz in there, but this guy does beat that. So nice pass there by him. So, you know, but that's all stuff you can work with as far as, you know, his throw motion and all that. Oh, we do miss the sack there on the AI. I didn't click on it, but, you know, I do also stay away from trying to do warp tackles, guys. So I think I disabled that in my settings just to try to make sure I don't do that. But it makes it a little bit more challenging, but that's okay right there. We do chase your butt down. We do get you. So he gets a couple yards back there, but on 4th down, going to go for that, of course, and we get some more rollout action, sloppy passing when you do that stuff, and we're going to get it back. So we got Russell here. This is about the only type of rollout play I do with him. You know, that's just by design, but I can do that with Brady. I can do that with Rodgers. It doesn't really matter with that play. All it really matters is whether or not the ends are containing or not on you. That's a play I like a lot. That's my C route stuff in there. Very nice. Sideline again. I mean, he's money, guys. I mean, when I first picked this up, I thought, you know what, I don't know if I'm really going to run him or not, you know, after the fact. But, you know, he's making me really debate that, honestly. So here we go. We're running out of time here. This was just a quick little 1 minute, you know, drill here at the end. Try to get some points up there. I see it open. See if I can get it back of the end zone. Have a little jump pass. Perfect. I mean, that was just money for him there. So again, I mean, I'm very impressed actually with a lot of the precision passing on Russell. And you know, if you can combine that with your ability to roll out in there, I mean, geez, I don't know how there really will be a better quarterback in the game at this point. I don't really see that. But again, I'm not. Again, I try to come out here. The guy's covered, so I end up getting rid of the ball. I try not to force the throws. Obviously, I'll make the interception throw on occasion. I will, but you know, I'm right there. My guy breaks open. Unfortunately, here we go. All the way, Gurley. You know, when you got some of these routes, they take a little while to develop, and on that play, Gurley missed a block in the middle. So, you know, I'm not always paying attention to the running back I have blocking in there, but apparently he sucks. So he comes around, and we're gonna get another big sack on the guy, and he's gonna take the quit there. So, you know, that game alone right there, I was pretty impressed with him. So I think in this game, I'll get a chance to test some of the deep ball stuff on Russell, which is something I haven't used a lot. It's more situational for me, but you know, I did want to get some throws out there. So when the time was right, you know, I'm definitely going to make that happen. It was big hit there, another sack, but you know, he gets lucky. He does recover that one. I was saying before, now that I've got Reggie White on the other side, for some reason, my Bruce Smith is a lot more active. You know, I don't know if it's just, you know, now they're switching off who's taking the double team or not, or what it is, but I didn't really have that before. And there's Charles with an easy pick that he does drop in there. He jumps it, he reads it. It's very great awareness on stuff. Like I say, he's a good ball hawk. That one's on me. I'm reading the route. For some reason, I thought he was gonna run it. He was cut it in, but he ran the other way. So I could have, should have, you know, pick that one, but I cut the wrong way, so my fault. And again, here we go. Like I say, I mentioned Jamal before. My first possession with him, first run of the game, and we do this again. So, unfortunately, we got to wait a little bit longer there for my man to get some Russell Wilson highlights out. But that's okay. You know, while I'm doing these, I still try to win the game. You know, I do want to at least enjoy that part. And if we go, I say you testing Charles over the middle. You know, it's risky. It's risky. Let me see a little dump off. Jamal is spin there, so you know, these are pretty I'd say, easy passes to make, so it's not necessarily you're going to show a lot with the quarterback. But these ones right here, that's a good pass. I could have went over the middle there, but a lot of those are where you're going to see the accuracy kind of come and go. The passes that are thrown behind. Russell will on occasion do that, but I am impressed with the guy's release. He does get rid of the ball, fast as I need. I don't have any issues there. It's not like some Dan Marino in there like I've had before, which I really like Dan in the past, but some of those plays, you just couldn't get the ball off. He'd release it, he wouldn't get sacked, but the ball would just fall to the ground. And right there, that's not a great pass, but at the same time, I mistimed that one. I need to throw that before the break, and then the pass would have been there, and he would have got it. So that some of that stuff's on the user. That's why when you look at reviews and look at people talking about good or bad on a player, there, you really got to factor that into the play. That's not always the actual AI quarterback fault. A lot of times that's the user on a lot of the picks you're throwing, but you will get the bad ball too. So good pressure over there from Reggie, and Night Train like to say the pick there, but he still bats it down, so still getting the job done. And the other side, I probably a little bit more effective with my guys over there. I do mess around at NTL left and right here, but again, the way this plays out, I look for more man coverage from my guys on the outside, a little bit deep stuff, and he quits after that one. So they not always going to come into play. A lot of times more my left guy does, because a lot of guys want to throw the deep ball. And again, guys, the first play of the game for me. I mean, these are different games. So I typically what I do is I run that play almost every game as my first play. It's just my wide trap run. So again, just eating guys up with that. So I try not to I'm trying not to go too heavy on the run stuff. And sorry, actually, I think I misspoke before. This was probably the one where I ended up showing more of the deep stuff, so I apologize for that. That last game didn't show up as much, but it's just as they say, he came out, he already got a touch, so we've got this one now tied up after that run. So he's going down, another one of our rollout guys. He's not, he's probably a little bit more effective with it. This is some of the other guys that I played. I'm not really getting pressure, and that's where you're kind of stuck, and he throws it right to my guy, and he just lets him hit him in the chest, hits him in the numbers, but that's okay. We're going to man you up this time, and my man Night Train Lane jumps this route now. We have him in a good spot. He jumps it, going to give me the pick 6. Very nice there, my man. That's what you want. That's what you want to see out of that guy. That's still a pretty expensive card there, so I need to see some performance over what I was getting out of my other guys there. And fortunately, I'm not getting a lot of the guys trying to run at him. I don't know if they see him, they don't. But I was hoping to get more, plays with him and the run stuffing, but it just didn't really happen a lot this season. That's just how it goes. And my man Talib normally always makes that play, but again, dropping his hands down. So we're going to have that one in, and the guy's going to be driving down. And he does nice. He gives up on the play, but I whiffed on the tackle, so he actually gave up some yards, unfortunately for him. So he's got time to make the play, and that one's, again, I was kind of camping on that little stop route over there. I was kind of more worried about that, and then I missed the guy coming behind me. So it's actually a good route combination on his part for, against the user on there, because it really makes you stop, because if I would have went deep, he would have hit the short guy. So kind of how that goes, but it's something, again, to look out for myself. I tell myself later in the game if it does show up. So now we got this tied up, and he's bringing the heat, man. This guy was definitely good with the pressure. So 2 minutes here, I'm figuring, all right, and he goes offside, so I can go deep. Nothing to lose here. So we're gonna try and hit Larry Fitz on the deep one, and look at that, man. My man Russell is on the money with that. I had this in some of the other games that were before this and all this, and his deep ball is actually pretty nice. Again, that's a close call right there. Wasn't a bad ball. It's just I threw that into its coverage, so we both got a hand on that. And here we go, going to try and get the 3. And look, I'm in the green. I'm not outside the green there. I'm in the green, but my man shanks it. And damn, I haven't seen that since the beginning of the game for me, like having one shank off like that. But that's how it goes. There was a little wind to the side, but anyhow. So we're gonna make it now. Unfortunately, he's gonna have good field position. He's gonna have a chance now to put some points on the board here before the end of the half. So we do get the pressure coming in. My man Reggie off the edge there. So a lot of times if I'm going to run some of this deep stuff, I don't get pressure all the time quick. But my man Charles coming up, like I say, Mr. Ball Hawk, taking that ball, going to give it to me back. So we got 7 seconds left. So let's test the deep ball again for Russell. See what we can get out here. Put Jimmy on the outside. I like to do that. My man 6'7", got like 97 jumps. So let's just test that up. And he's actually got a step on the DB, and the ball is just perfectly placed. And I just crossed the end zone there. We do get the touchdown and a half, and we get ourselves a rage quit. He powered this down. I had to check on that. I was laughing, man. He just straight was done for the night, man. He's like, screw this game. This is BS, right? So All right, go. Let's start off with Charles. All right, so there we go. We don't break the 80-yarder to start this game, so we can get some other action going. Bad pass there. I needed to let that play develop a little bit longer. That's that. Again, that one's on me. We can hit a little wide circle out there. See what we can get going out there with this. We're gonna have to let it hit the sidelines, which is gonna be a nice touch pass. And look at that, placing it right there between the defenders. Again, I mean, these are plays that I would make with Brady. It's Rodgers on occasion. So he really does keep up with all those guys. That's why I say that's what he makes this one kind of hard for me. I can get what I need out of my offense from other quarterbacks, but you know what? I mean, he also does give you that escapability. Now, maybe a play does break down. I do want to run on occasion, but for the most part, I try to set my plays up. And look at this, the perfect outside pass lead, and he is going to take this, and we are going down. We can try and get to the goal, but that's okay. We're down to the one, but just a perfect pass by Russell there, and it allows me just to break that one. Those pass leads in there are just crucial for that. If I throw that on the inside or up above and all that, I'm not going to make that play. So when it comes down to that, he has been excellent. The once in a great while he'll be a little off on the mid range, but that's probably the only area that's kind of weak as far as his stat line goes. And right there, game doesn't give me the user animation, but my man NTL comes up and blasts him and puts it on the ground, and that's what I would expect out of him. That's what you're looking for out of that card. So he does show up a few times in here, making some nice plays. I'm definitely going to have to think about that one also, the value of that card. I normally don't have to put a ton into my cornerbacks or not, and a nice over the middle there. We got Kevin White showing up finally. Again, that's why I run him at 1 and fits at my 2, just because I actually have more routes in my tree that are designed for the number 2. And man, Charles coming in, making nice little spins. So you're going to get that a lot. We're going to see a lot of that kick out stuff. I do try and throw some different plays in here, but I get a little bit lag when I hike the ball there, and I just sit on it. I take the sack. It's just how it goes. So 3rd and 21. We'll see if we can get something here, but not really going to be in a great spot. We're just going to launch it up, but unfortunately, right when I go to make that throw again, he gets in. I needed too much time to make that play. Maybe I could have went for just an over-the-top pass, but that's how that goes. And look at my man Talib. He's back on that side. Oh, sorry, in a jackham. My mistake. Lighting him up, taking you down for the injury. And Poe reading the screen. I try to tell people he is very good at that. As good as anybody in the game as far as I'm considering a DT when his awareness doesn't show it, but he's still just a monster on the screens. And there we go with my man Smith coming in, chasing you down, and he gets you. See, we don't have to warp tackle to get to you. But, he should have got rid of the ball. But that's okay, and you're going to cause a quit off of that. So, overall, very impressed with Russell's, passing stats in this. And again, if you can work that into your rollout stuff, great. Here's just a quick little thing. One of the games that got corrupted when I tried to do it, but I managed to record the highlights at the end here. You can see 2 minutes left in this game. Only throwing this one out just for fun. I normally do not get on the cornerbacks in here, but like I said, this was Crutch. He was burning the clock. He had the lead. All he had to do was pretty much get a first down. I go out on my corner to leave, sit on that. I thought he was going to throw something like that, and we do get the pick 6, ends up winning it. So thank you all.